This is the Simogo Legacy Collection. I'm incredibly excited to show this off. Because some of these games are, to be honest, some of my favorites. Oh god, if you don't know who Simogo are, they're a mobile game studio. Or they used to be. When they first started, they made mobile games. Let's start with the early ones. Well, you know, okay. So there's a number of games here. We have Cosmos Spin, we have Bumpy Road, and Beak Sneak Bandit. Which are, you could say that these are kind of related. There's 3 here. And they're more gameplay, more kind of, not arcadey style, level-based. Not more basic, but more gameplay-oriented. The next 3 we have is Yearwalk, Device 6, and A Sailor's Dream. This is just a part of Yearwalk, by the way, Yearwalk Companion. It's important that they're split, but the next 3 are very, I guess you could call narrative, puzzle-based, story-based. They're very interesting. Wow. Huh. Sorry, I'm using the mouse, and then I pick up the mouse, and it keeps moving. But, yeah. This, as it says, Simogo Legacy Collection is a compilation of games which were previously released on mobile platforms with only touch and motion inputs. Not fully true. Some of these are on other platforms. Yeah, there's some additions that allow it to be played with new platforms, but it's trying to be very authentic. And obviously, with mobile, you can just play it as normal. It's weird that I can just pick it up. Very strange. I like the mice. Yes. The orientation of the games change. Oh. Again, this is very high quality, which I very much like. And again, if you only made mobile games for the first part of the studio's career, and obviously they've done non-mobile games afterwards. You look at Sayonara Wild Hearts, you look at Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which I streamed the entirety of and played and loved. But yes. This allows for the ability of playing these mobile games. Genuinely wonderful games. Some of these games are so incredible and meaningful and awesome, I can't even describe it. That I'm so excited this game came out because it meant that I could stream it easily. I've always wanted to stream some of these games, and it was never a feasible, easy way for me to do it. So I'm actually very thankful that they did this. I mean, Simogo has been despite being, even when they were a mobile game studio, they were one of my favorite games companies. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but they were, and they are. Alongside the actual games, which there are enough, and they're fun, there's a series of demos, tracks, images, a full podcast that I remember listening to and loving to go along with certain aspects. There's a book that they made, a podcast, various unused things. I've seen a lot of this because they used to showcase a lot of this stuff on their old blog. But I guess we'll start with the first one. And I'll be honest and say, I played some of these first 3. The games I like the most are Yearwalk, Device 6, and A Sailor's Dream. These 3, and again, they lump these together as kind of in a similar vein, a triad. I've streamed Yearwalk. Yearwalk is the only game on here that you can actually play. I'm pretty sure it's on Steam. Maybe I'll still replay it at some point, maybe during New Year's. During Christmas. I'll tell you why. There's a very good reason you would want to play this on New Year's. But I played it not too long ago, so maybe not. And Split. I forgot to mention Split, which I actually quite enjoy a lot. And that is pure gameplay. Sorry, I know this is out of order. No, screw it. Let's start with Cosmos Spin. But, you know, point being, Device 6 and Yearwalk and A Sailor... Device 6 specifically was one that really strongly impacted me. And since playing it, it just, like... It stuck with me. It influenced me a lot, and this game is probably the reason it became one of my favorites of theirs. And why I loved them so much. You can see a lot of the DNA of Device 6 in Lorelei, I think, personally, but... Let's play. December 2, which is today, 2010. A long time ago. At this point. Just picture the 2010s. I was 10 years old. Oh my god, it really feels like 2010. Someone could probably think of like a World of Goose style. rotate the world. Again, they mentioned some of the first demos they had done were on computers using mice. What are you? Wait, am I trying to stop you from hitting my fucking... Oh god. Sorry, I have to keep in mind that I'm clicking the toast. I have to keep my finger on the screen. Is anyone getting dizzy? Ugh. These were all paid for, by the way. They never made any free games. Spin! Yo, anyone know Vinny Vinesauce? I think he needs the contact. Beautiful. There's multi-touch, so I could use both fingers if I really so desired. Suck me up. Hey, it's Ilo Milo! Which is, I guess, not a Simogo game, but I guess they, like... I don't know. I guess I wasn't supposed to be... Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was going to be like Galaga. It's like, oh, you don't want to be captured. Oh. Come on. Hey, cute little... I like the art design. Again, one of the big things about these... I love the visual style that they implement. They're very different in each game. It's not like there's a commonality. I mean, sometimes there's a commonality, but... in many cases, they're always trying something new. And they can achieve some really pretty things. Hey, don't fucking do that. Oh, fuck. Shit. Keep fighting the good fight, kid. What are these? You might think it's for fun, but our planet's survival depends on it. It is fun. It's a game. Again, if it wasn't fun, why wouldn't bother? Very simple, but again, this was like, I guess, the early days, relatively, of the App Store. When you think about it, I always talk about the early days of the App Store. It was very early on. I felt like there was a lot of potential. And it was interesting, because at that time, it was a novel idea. An App Store. On the phone, anyone could make games. And then now kind of, you know, Simon and Gordon. Simogo. That's the origin of the name. Yeah. Little dudes are fighting for their lives and you think it's fun. I do think it's fun. I could play these more, but I want to check out just a couple things initially and then get to some of the games that I really want to show off. And then in future streams I'll play through some of these in full. Bumpy road. This one's quite cool. And a lot of these, again, back in the early days of the App Store, people were really using touchscreen in an interesting, novel way. Look at these little men. The goal in Evergreen Ride is to travel as far as you can. Let's get the basics out of the way. Try moving the car. Okay. Like, look at this. It's stuff that you kind of can, like, only reasonably really do. Oh, sorry. Make him go to the right. With touch controls. And again, nowadays you look at, like, mobile games. It's slop. It's shit. But it felt like people were like, oh, this is a new ecosystem for us to make really cool, clever, wonderful, fun, artistic stuff. You know, and that kind of faded. Come on. Here we go. Beautiful. These guys are just going on a lovely Sunday drive. Yeah, I gotcha. In some aspects, this does give me like a World of Goo vibe. And it's a similar era, right? It's got gizmos. When I hit 0, it's game over. Yep, that makes logical sense. I immediately drowned. Yeah, that was rough. It's fun. If you collect enough gizmos to max the meter, something good will happen. But they said today's Tuesday. That's going to impact one of the games. A little bit. But you have lovely music. Yeah. Beautiful. This sounds like the kind of like music you would hear on a 3DS game. I know it's a weird thing to say. If you played something like Pushmo. Jump. Beautiful. It's very strange. Oh. And yes, this isn't necessarily as intuitive as using your finger, but if you want to play it mobily, you can. Just take the Switch out of the fucking dock. The only way to play it is with mouse controls like these to make it as good as possible. Like Layton. Yeah, I guess. Here's the thing, I've never played Layton. If Artist was here, he would tell you about how much he loves Layton. And I could tell you how much I haven't played it. Oh dear. I love Baby Kazoos. Memory Lane. You can view the pictures you've collected. Discover the full story of L'Armonico. Ah. There's a little story being told. Yes, let's go back. Oh god, we're sideways. They did something very interesting with the music in these things, by the way. They did music for all the games. Redone for, like, light jazz menu music. And they're all the same BPM, so that they fade in from one to the other very smoothly. It's quite cool. Beat Sneak Bandit. This one's more of a rhythm. It's stealth-alicious and puzzle-tastic, rhythmadelic. Again, they all had a kind of, not the same style, but they had a more similar style with these three sets of games. That's why it really feels like there's a grouping. It's these first three, then it's the next three, and then splits there too. Yeah. It is very nice. I love this look. There's always a lot of geometric shape usage, which I'm a big fan of. Can the fingers touch? They can. Tonight in Pulseberry news. Monkey wears top hat and rides skateboard for a living. That's pretty badass. Mustache becomes self-aware and takes dancing classes. Pretty badass. But first, some breaking news. World in chaos. All the clocks are gone. I missed all my daytime soaps. I don't know when it's lunchtime anymore. I'm so hungry. Just eat, lady. I brushed my teeth for an hour this morning. I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wonder if Duke Clockface at the Clockwork Mansion maybe took all the fucking clocks. Maybe, I don't know. He looks a little suspicious. This is a cool, fun title, though. I love the way this looks. A lot. I personally think there actually is a lot of progression between the first three games. Hmm? Oh. Can you hear me, Bandit? Herbie here, your partner. Managed to hack into Duke's intercom. Tap it on the screen and you'll take a sneaky step. If you're unsure about the rhythm, watch the round icon. That fat, juicy clock! Sorry, I read that wrong. Don't worry about it. Ah, missed the call. Yeah, I'll take it. Hey man, it's me again. Just want to check if you notice the smaller clocks. We still back a lot of them. Yeah. Oh, so if you fuck up, the clocks go away. Yeah. I actually did play this one. I don't know why I don't remember. But visually, it looks great. It has such a good style to it. It's fun. It's musical. It's very slick. And speaking, it also gives me weird... There's a lot of Nintendo vibes in Simogo's games, in some aspects. And many vibes that aren't at all, but many that are, too. But they seem to like Nintendo. They put, obviously, this on the Switch. They put Your Walk on the Wii U, with a very cool version of it. Yeah, what have we here? A little guest in my mansion. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Duke Clockface, but my friends call me Sir Duke. What brings you here, little trespasser? You're not after my precious clocks, are you? Of course you aren't. Of course not, man. My mutated monster rabbits, that's not very fun. Oh, fuck! He's a clockhound? Maybe he is. Yes! Oh wait, shit, well, fuck. I like rhythm games. They're fucking stressful. Okay, I could do that way better. I didn't realize where the exit was. I was just going to collect clocks. Let's do that one more time, actually. I mean, screw shit like, you know. Ah, fuck, I fucked it. What is it? Rhythm, Crypt of the Necrodancer, Jesus. Ow. Why would I go this way? I don't know why I thought this would be a smart thing to do. Oh. I understand. And it's not cumulative, so I'm assuming I have to do them all in one. No, groove on. I'm guessing. Actually, let me look. I don't remember. Yeah, okay, I figured as much. Are there menus? No, that's just menu settings. It all runs so well. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but it wasn't a lot. So that's Cosmo Spin, that's Bumpy Road, and that's Beat Sneak Bandit. Dun, dun. Now we've got Year Walk, Device 6, and Sailor's Dream. I guess I'll boot up Year Walk. I might as well. If we're going in order of history. 2013. In the old days, man tried to catch a glimpse of the future in the strangest of ways. It's a real Swedish tradition. And this is one that I think you can play on Steam separately. And a lot of these I'm pretty sure you can still play on the phone. It's not like these are suddenly off of the phone, but this gives it leeway off of phones on more consoles. But yeah, this is when the ideas and the things that they were doing in their games changed. In the old days, man tried to catch a glimpse of the future in the strangest of ways. They locked themselves in dark rooms, not partaking of food and drink. At the stroke of midnight, they ventured out into the night, through the dark woods, where strange creatures roamed. To see if they would be wealthy. To see if they would be happy. To see if they would live. To see if they would be loved. I actually genuinely very much enjoy the writing in these games. I think they're fantastic. I suppose any additions in future releases, this will be the original. So actually, you can drag like you're supposed to, but I think they actually added button controls a little bit, if you don't want to. And I suppose you could tell, here's where the game started becoming a little different. Maybe more story-based. Maybe a little bit more immersive. Less of a typical game. And more of a experience. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember the code. No, I don't know. Year Walk is a special one I've streamed it for, and for New Year's I might. I mean, it's Year Walk. It's meant to be played at the end of the year. It's meant to be played at New Year's. It's a real Swedish tradition, although maybe not one that's actually done, just one that's of folklore. There's a map. You can learn where you're going. Nothing to go. How about over here? I know what this is leading to. Do I want to do the intro? Okay. I can play this on the piano, by the way, at least the intro to this song. There you are. I've been waiting for you all day. You should not go outside without a hat on a cold day like this. You will freeze your ears off. And I am quite fond of the person those ears belong to. Hey, you don't have a hat on. Did anyone see you coming here? Now you're being silly. You know that I am not ashamed of you. It's not that. I like you very much. But you and I come from different worlds. He's waiting for my answer. I said I'd give it to him next year. And this is the last day of the year. Of this year. Now you're being unfair. This isn't any easier for me. I don't like it when you're like this. Calm down. You're walking. I hope you are joking. You do remember what happened to my cousin, don't you? Promise me you won't do anything foolish. We are not supposed to know what happens in the future. You should hurry home to your cottage and get some rest. That should kind of set you up for the kind of mood that this game has. Not a silly game about stealing clocks. Quite an unhappy, dare I say, tragic mood. Which is a very much of a tonal shift. It's not a happy game. At all. No, maybe in some respects. Maybe there's a bittersweetness, but I think in a general sense it's kind of an unhappy game. A game entitled Year Walk. And now, night has fallen. But we're not going to play any more of this now. But I would recommend everyone play Year Walk. And maybe I'll play it again. Year Walk comes with a companion, by the way. Which mostly tells you a little bit about some of the things that happen in the game. Some of the real mythology that's referenced. And something else too. Maybe there's more to this than meets the eye. And when these were released, those were separate apps. Which I think is quite neat. You know, you couldn't possibly release one without the other for reasons I'm not going to say, but it's important that they're both here. And what a cool, clever idea it was. Is this my favorite one in this collection? I don't know. Because I really like a Sailor's Dream, the Sailor's Dream, even though this one doesn't really have much of not a lot of gameplay. But maybe Device 6 is the best of these, it's hard to say. But I love Device 6 a lot. This gameplay is only playable with sound switched on, Before playing, please read the software license agreement and the device 4 manual for important information about electromagnetic waves. I have stories about device 6. Identification. Hat TP.1. Please hold the device about 6 inches from your face. Please keep the device steady for scan for more precise identification. I would play this game the first time I ever left the country. On a train going... I might have been on the Channel going from either the UK to Paris or Paris to UK. Which is something I'd never done before. I was a kid. Whenever this game came out, I was young. I was on a school trip out of the country to Europe. And on a train is when I played this game. With a notepad, taking notes. We've identified you as player 249. This game involves a lot of rotating of your device, by the way. This one in particular, there's a lot of rotation. You really need to do that. Also, the vibes in this game are immaculate. They're unparalleled. Maybe not unparalleled, but... Produced and programmed by Magnus Gordon Gardebeck. And art, sound, and direction by Simon Flesser. Again, you really need both of them. Because there is a lot. Like, the style and the art, it oozes. Oh, that's nice. But the gameplay and the technical programming that handle a lot of the stuff, it must be very intricate. Daniel Olson, Jonathan Ang. My boy's music. Dun, 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 dun. God, it's so stylish and cool. So aesthetically pleasing. I really do adore this game. I adore Simogo's games a lot. I hope I'm conveying that properly. Device 6, Chapter 1. Awakening. I don't know if I need both hands for this, so I might just have it like... I might just put it off in the corner. Okay, at some point I might need multi-touch, but for right now... This might be the one I play first on stream. Please swipe. Radio. Northwest guest room. She had never played with dolls, yet it was the first thing on Anna's mind when she came to. A rather unpleasant doll, too. A strange thing to have on one's mind. She got to her feet slowly. Thousands of nails seemed to pierce her head, and her right ear itched terribly. Where in the world am I? This was certainly not the room she rented from Mr. Muscat. For one thing, this room was a cylindrical. A tower? I don't know any people living in towers, nor do I care to, Anna mumbled to herself and gritted her teeth. I love the window there, the lighthouse. I think this game actually does give me Submachine vibes very oddly. But yeah, the aesthetics of it's a book, you have text, it's nicely written, the little moving images that scroll as you scroll. It influenced an old BRB that I used to use anyways. She reached inside her coat pocket. Her cigarette package was empty. This was turning out to be a very bad morning indeed. When somebody turned off that awful music. A painting of an orange hung on the wall. Anna felt a sharp pain in her head. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. When she opened her eyes, she noticed the number 2001 right in the center of the orange, painted in a slightly different hue. Anna shook her head. As she opened the door in the room, she saw a steep and narrow staircase. Carefully, she began to descend it. Hear the door unlock? The sound design is impeccable in this game. You hear the footsteps, you hear the door opening. Her balance seemed to be slightly distorted. The steps appeared to be floating. Too many cocktails. And it tried hard to remember. The doll flashed before her eyes again. As she got to the bottom of the stairs, a door blocked her way. She peeked through the keyhole. A long corridor. There was nobody there. Something else. There was nobody there as Anna opened the door and lightly stepped onto an expensive-looking carpet that stretched out as far as she could see. If you haven't gotten it, the game is comprised of text which leads you in different directions. You have to turn to read it. Here's the red carpet we're walking on right now that stretched out as far as she could see. There were numerous... Oh, its intense colors shone in almost an unnatural way. There were numerous oil paintings, etchings, lithographs, and other works of art clustered all over the walls. It was completely over-decorated. You might think that none of this matters and there's no gameplay here. There is. You just have to pay attention to the words that are said and the sights that you see. I see an H-O-E. Holes? Home? Ho. Lass. I think it's 5. Anna walked straight ahead and for a moment thought of taking her boots off so that she would not take any unnecessary noise. Don't be silly, Anna. She decided against it and instead announced her present with a hello, but her words echoed emptily through the corridor. Before I go on, let's keep moving. I'm going to come back to this one, but I want to be able to play this one through, if that makes sense. Which means I don't necessarily want to start and stop it too much. Sailor's Dream. This one also might be up there with my favorites for different reasons. This is one you are intended to pick up and play and then come back to in some aspects, because there's things that you can only do as time passes. And in many senses, this one isn't much of a game. I keep using my fake mouse as if it's a real one. As if I can control my computer with it. It's night. A girl lies in her bed. There's not a sound. No footsteps in the hallway. No one talking or whispering. Everything is quiet. The girl closes her eyes for a bit. The Sailor's Dream. I think it's might be cold in my apartment, but I actually got like some small goosebumps hearing the music. This game is beautiful. And the music is a huge part of it. The music in every aspect of this game is awesome. This song comes in my head all the time. We have the secret lighthouse. The way they handle the waves, I think, is really lovely. Can you spend crystals to speed up time? You cannot. And these games might not be for everybody, but they are for me. They're very influential to me, and I think they're awesome. We're gonna go to some of these places. What time is it? It's 8:43. I need to make sure I'm at transmission horology when the clock turns, when it becomes 9 EST. Faraway ruins. Hi, lady. I love the sea, I love sailing, I love folk songs, I love music like this. Not that these are not similar to sea shanties, not really, but there's a huge appeal to it. 7 Song Cottage. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the song until I go somewhere first. We have time. As long as I'm at there before the clock strikes 9, I'll be good. I love lighthouses. I don't know why. Submachine, actually. I know it's a submachine. Creaking stairs with a pale cube hallway. You can almost see this game as a collection of toys. Have you ever heard of Vector Park? Their games are not too dissimilar, to be honest. Maybe with a different aesthetic. I adore this game. very cute. Empty picture frame. It used to hold a photograph of a girl and a woman sitting on a cliff. The woman sings an old sea shanty, and the girl wishes she was an explorer of the seas, just like the sailors in the song. There's no fire on the ocean. The sun is setting, and just as the girl starts to feel cold, the woman wraps her arms around her. The girl doesn't want the summer to end. She doesn't want to go back to that place again. This, by the way, used to be a button for air printing on the phone. These were all phone games, iPhone games. And I believe they let you see an image of it. Maybe if they didn't, you would have to print it out yourself. But in all these different parts of these games, they had hand-drawn images that would show up in these sections. Very novel concept, utilizing like every little aspect of the device they were on to be like, what interesting mechanic could we do using the AirPrint function? Oh, this song's nice. But yeah, there's story here. There's story and there's characters. Memories forgotten in places like this. Again, impeccable sound design. As you go from place to place, things shift. Actually, if I can I do? Very sweet. Drops of rain that never fell when the girl had expected them to. She wonders where the dog is. It should have been there, just like the rain. The girl checks her shoes again. Spotless. She looks up at the strangers carrying the empty coffin. After the ceremony, they all go to the tavern. The grown-ups talk, some cry, others whisper, but nobody pays attention to the girl. So she sneaks away to the house by the cliff. The woman who is not there anymore used to lock the matchsticks away in a drawer. Neither the door to the house nor the drawer is locked. There are no raindrops to make the fire go away. I could explain to you what just happened, but I'm sure you have enough reading comprehension to understand that she burned it down. Play Freebird? I don't think this is a normal scale. What scale is this like pentatonic or something? I don't know. Wait, there's an area we didn't go to. Oh, there's children's sounds. Yeah, there's multi-touch, right? So you can touch multiple things. Which I have to keep in mind. The creaking stairs. The lost hallway. Oh! Never mind. That leads back there. This part was weird. I always thought this part was strange. Fire burned it. That loved the sea. While the somber woman burned it to the ground. Hated. Hated it. The sea loved them back. You could wait and read all this. Burn it to the ground. Burn it to the ground? What is this painting? The sea decided to keep him for himself. Keep him for itself. It's once the home of a... The man disappeared. The house burned to the ground. Something about people living together and a man getting lost to the sea. That's not a very happy thing to see. Oh. Imagine that happened to your books and they were blank. I would be very sad. You can play with these for ages. At least I can. I don't know if that tells a lot about me, but... Oh. When opened, sounds of crickets outside a lonely house, can be heard. In the cliffside house sits a woman by a wooden table. She reaches for an empty glass bottle, closes her eyes, and quietly starts singing into it. As her song ends, the woman carefully corks the bottle, as if to prevent her voice from escaping. She then leaves the house, walks through the grass to the cliff's edge, and drops a bottle into the ocean. Wasn't that nice? Rusty key. It fits a keyhole somewhere far away. And through the keyhole, a girl can be seen standing by a window, even though she's not allowed to. She likes the warmth of the sun on her face. It reminds her of the flames. The smell of the ocean makes her think of the cliffside home and the lady who lives there. She wishes spring would turn to summer. There's not much else for a girl to do in her room. She's too imaginative to read, they say. She hears the rattle of keys and quickly runs over to bed. It's the guard. He's bringing soup. "You were by the window again, weren't you?" asked the guard. "It's fine," he continues. "I know you like the ocean, sailor." "Well, he locked up a child, I guess." But, I mean, I guess she did burn a house down. Maybe. At the top of the secret lighthouse is a memory. A memory is hidden away. The memory is old, almost forgotten, and speaks of when it all began. A burning house made of paper, tiny enough to fit in the palm of a child's hand. The memory then starts to speak of something that had been forgotten. As the paper house burns, the sound of waves can be heard in the distance. The sound grows stronger and louder, until the crackling noise from the flame is drowned. Some people might call some of these kinds of games pretentious, but I think they're lovely. At least with Simogo's games, I'm a very big fan. And you can't deny that they're exceptionally quality in their make, you know. We have 7 minutes. Nice. The music changes, by the way. We have time. Every day of the week there is a bottle, corked, with someone singing into it. Today's is Tuesday. And of course, you always end up here at 7 Song Cottage. Less than 4 minutes, I know. 1 day down. 6 more to go. And of course, the songs contribute to the story. That's one aspect, but I don't remember if the songs are in some kind of linear order from Monday to Sunday. I think they might be. But, you know, you at least need a full week to get everything out of this game. Not a lot of time, but time spread. Let me get some water really quick. I was gonna say, by the way, that it's not true, because Yearwalk doesn't include it, but since Device 6 onward, so Device 6 and then Sailor Stream, Lorelei, and Sayonara, all those games have had a woman protagonist. I guess Sailor Stream, I guess you could say there's multiple. There's not really a protagonist in this game as much as there are characters, but I think within reasonable reason, you could say this game has a female protagonist. Which is neat. It's interesting. Someone out there is going, they're woke. That's not true. They're just really good games with very good characters in them. Yearwalk obviously disproves that, just due to Yearwalk being a guy going throughout. I guess we don't know Yearwalk is a dude. Maybe we do. I don't actually remember. I'm thinking the lore of the game, depending on the Yearwalk's very interesting. Again, the quality on the surface level, the quality of the game and the music and the art style and some of the gameplay and presentation are great. But there's always a lot of extra stuff in some of these games that make it very special. Especially in Yearwalk is a specific one where it's very, it breaks like it doesn't even break the fourth wall, it breaks the fifth wall. It blurs the lines between game and reality. It's very strange. It's very, very, very interesting. But they're all different. I like them all, and they're all very good. And the songs are lovely, by the way. I have a problem where I have that soundtrack on my phone, but if a song comes up, I don't let it play. Because if it's Tuesday and the song for Sunday comes on, I can't do it. I have to be like, dude, it's not Sunday, it's Tuesday, so I can't listen to it. So I end up skipping them, and they never come up on my playlists or on my shuffle. Which is a real problem, because I like them. But I can't hear them. 3, 2, 1.
I never visited her grave. There's no point to it. She's not in it. Not sure there would be a point even if she was. They decided to bury an empty coffin so that they could get on with their lives. I don't blame them. I used to, though. There's no point in that either. I wish to be buried at sea when my day comes. Seems appropriate.
Another character is introduced. We might see more from this man later. There's always a lot of bittersweet happenings in these games. There's never like everything works out peachy creams and it was happy. It's always like, it's mixed. I'm probably going to play more of this one today because I quite like Sailor Stream and it's not very long. But we have one more game left to check out and then some of the extra stuff. This was the actual description of this game, by the way. We know. It doesn't look like much, but we promise it's good. Like, really good. And I kind of agree. Actually, it would be, does this work? Let me just... Oh, fuck, the language changed. Fuck. I should have just played the game legitimately. Was that Portuguese? There we go. This is Split. I just chose not to play the game. Which is a very simple game. But it's perfectly simple in a way that's very fun. You split. You split blocks. And if you do this, if you make 4, they connect together and you can't split them anymore. And there's a timer on them. In 5 splits, these blocks go away. The goal is to get as many splits as possible. See? Which seems fairly simple. Of course, there is another mechanic here. Which you'll see. This is at 19, this is at 25, and this is going to be at 26. But this falls, and because it fell, everything above it, its number got split in half. Because you might be thinking, well, surely there's a certain, a finite limit about how good you can do this. And I'm sure there still is, regardless. But, with those mechanics in mind, you can do a lot. It's obviously a perfect way of playing this, but which I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not making big splits when you shouldn't be doing that, but it's because these things are ticking down and you want those halvesies to happen. Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it. And this one is all gameplay. Coming from the games we just played, this is all gameplay. God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. We're doing fine. It's not gonna work. Shit. Yeah, this entire column is ruined now. It's not ruined, but... Okay. Sorry, I'm actually thinking. I know, it's a crazy thought. Thinking? Thinking? What do you mean, thinking? Okay. There we go. We're getting more blocks. I don't want to do that. Shit. Oh, fuck. I have to do that? I do. There we go. Now we're making progress. It's very stressful because your whole screen starts filling up with blocks, and you're starting to realize you're running out of things to make. Because as soon as you can't make a move, which will happen imminently, you're just like, oh fuck. I don't care, by the way, if nobody watches these streams, because I don't think anyone will. No one's gonna like these games and want to watch me play them. for the most part. Most people won't. Some people might. But in general, I don't think these are going to be like, oh, people are aching. They're aching to see people play these games. Which is a shame. These games deserve the world in my mind. They're so wonderfully good that they deserve a lot. But okay, so I'm fucking it. I'm screwing this. Screwing this. That's it. I'm out. 135. And people have gone much higher than this, by the way. People have gotten insane scores. So that score is like pity score. There we go. There is a secret minigame in this, by the way. Which I'm also rubbish at. Involves rotating the device. Which obviously you can fake doing, but you can also just pick up my Switch and do it instead. Ugh. Want to see a speedrunner play? I'm sure again, there's probably a mathematically optimum way of doing this. I guess I could have read this. This actually tells you. Touch and hold, the split. Block's too small, it can't be split. It has to be vertical or horizontal enough to split. It's very neat. Again, it's a simple game. It's got a lot of depth and a lot of replayability. As you come up with your own strategies and ways of doing it to get better, to not fuck it up, and to make sure it happens in time. It's actually great. It's genuinely great. I'm a big fan of this one. Weirdly enough, as simple as it is. It has its appeal, and I think it was like $1 or something. I don't think it was an expensive game when it came out. It's the kind of game you see, like, if you think of Tetris, where it's like simple, perfect, cover girl. It's got that simple but deep gameplay that you can really like do a lot with, and I like that, you know. I am buying time, by the way. I'm absolutely delaying time right now because if I'm not mistaken, something happens if you wait long enough on the tutorial menu. I don't remember how long it takes. Or if I have to like hold click or something instead. I might be wrong. I could just look it up if I'm afraid of fucking it up. But at this point I've waited long enough where it's like I might as well keep waiting. People always thought there was going to be some bigger secret with this game. And maybe there still is, and maybe we haven't found it. But we'll never know. Again, it's not like this game has a lot of coverage. Because it's a very small, neat little game. Oh, there we fucking go. Jesus. I wasn't wrong. Malmo 21-125. 2-1-25. December 3rd, 1982. I am every other I am I. Please confirm contact. Split, 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 split. Anyone. Now, what the fuck does this mean? And there's more. Every single one of these screens has one. I'm not going to wait for all of them, but... Oh yeah, let's see. If you shake the device, it changes colors. Also, if you invert the device, it inverts the colors. So, if you want a little variety, you can have it. Yeah, you get a lot more points. Numbers reduced by half. The spaces will fill. So you plan. Each point gives you 1 point. And every time you have a block that's counting down, also gives you a point. And you'll get more points if a block is big. Hey, little frog. Yeah. Very simple game, very fun. Oh my god, blinding. Yeah, you want to play the fucking hot pink one? I like pink. I'm wearing a pink shirt, so. Yeah, but that's a fun one to just do like a run of, kind of a thing. That's every game. Excluding, of course, the extras. It is quite literally a children's book. Bedtime stories for awful children. About scary stories. Real mythological creatures, focused on in the Yearwalk. From Sweden, because they have a lot of creepy fucking folktales. Like this. These are the kind of stories you would tell children in Sweden. Lighthouse painting is a podcast. It's a mystery. 4 episodes. In the world of lighthouse painting, or in the world of Sailor Stream. It's great. The same kind of vibe you might get from the game itself, you really get from this.
In the end, all we want is to be remembered.
Yeah, whatever. Which is 1,000% worth listening to. Music tracks. God, there's a lot of tracks. And they showed off some of these things in the past, and they've done a lot of cool physical things. Jonathan Eng. I like Jonathan Eng. This was used for a commercial, I believe. It's not in the game. That's the first case of Jonathan Eng showing up as a composer with them, as a special thing. He later shows up in actual games. Yearwalk and Device 6 are 2. I put a lot of effort. I mean, despite being a quote-unquote mobile game, I think that the perception of a mobile game might have been a little different back in the day. And as time has gone on, it's gotten worse and worse. Which is quite sad, to be honest. It's a whole platform, and you did a lot with it. People did do a lot with them. These games are amazing, but the stigma of a mobile game maybe isn't a good one. Unreleased music test. Some of these I've not heard. First version. Interesting. This song is great. Oh, the Joy, by the way. The actual one. Oh. Much slower. Oh, the joy, I can see the light. Bourbon Bill. A lot of unused songs. Again, I don't know. It's between Sailor's Dream and Device 6, which one I like more. And obviously, if anyone watched me play Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which is their most recent game, and I think they're one of their more successful ones. It is amazing. This song, the demo version, where they don't have the lyrics properly filled out or the instruments filled out. There is a full band in this actual version of this song, by the way, just to clarify. Some real interesting stuff. Oh yeah, Jonathan Eng composed all the music for the songs. I was the youngest of 5. Ooh. Yeah, this doesn't fit Split. Immediately I'm like, that doesn't fit. Strutting. Yeah. Yeah. I'm walking. This is a walking down the street kind of a song. Purple guy going home from his work. Again, this is... No one's gonna care about this but me, but I love all of this stuff because I adore these games. It's nice when I get a chance to play games and show out games that I really like. Another thing I want to mention is obviously their graphic design and their UI design is great, right? You can really see the evolution. This really feels like a 2010s era mobile game, just from the look and visual style. You could look at World of Goo. You could look at Sackboy. There was a very aesthetic style that was used a lot in this time period that's not used very often anymore. Concepts, which is quite nice. But look at this art. They have a lot of this style. Squares, shapes. I guess it's Swedish. Not minimalistic, but maybe a little bit. But look at that design. Look at that beautiful design. Now this is awesome promotional art. That's super good. Also, very simple shapes. Really good. Oh, that's great. That's great. I love that. That's wonderful. That's a great... Screenshot that. Send that to your 5 people. If you don't send this to 5 people, the river horse will come for you. God, it's that one... Yeah, that's fucked up. Device 6 was one where these are all different ideas for concepts, for logos. I really like the UI in Device 6. This was cool as well. The mystery at the Twin Castles. The Hat Man. I just like this as a promotional image. Stellar. I love that. I like the shoe print you can see there as well. Not just the book, but the book on a plain table. Can I zoom in? Can I like... It occurs to me, I don't know. But these are blueprints of places in Device 6. Then you have this, again, squares and shapes. Excellent. There's more. There's more that I think that aren't even here. Unused illustration. 3 different characters. And a dog. Another unused illustration. That's the bottle one. Style exploration. Oh, that's quite sad. Another style exploration. Before they settle on this style. Split had some very good promotional art too, by the way, for some reason. Like, look at this box art for a game that doesn't have box. Again, you talk about immaculate vibes. It's this. Then the little guy. Excellent. It is weird using a fake phone, by the way. Now this is quite cool, but there's prototypes. So early versions of games and things. Some of which they've shown videos and footage of. Some of which I think some of these things they've released before on their blog, but in different forms. So it's not perfect. It's a little stilted, and obviously there's no, like... How fast can I make it go? But, you know, it's fun to play around with. And I love that they have any of this stuff here in the first place. Your Walk. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this one. Just prototypes. It's a pretty fleshed out prototype, to be honest. But just so you could go left and right. All these games have, you know, and forward and back, I guess. That's all they needed. That's all you really need in a prototype, to be honest. And then you fill it out later. That's funny. They all have different stories and different vibes. There's similarities, but they're all very different, and they're all worth playing. I'm doing this to sell people to buy this game and play these games. I'm not sponsored. I just love these a lot. Move layer ABXY. I think this is one that I've seen. Maybe I've played. But maybe not. Oh, that's right. That's cool. So you can... Oh. Another idea for a game. So you move this giant layer, but if you intersect with the layer in the back and you press a button, you can swap what layer they're in. So you do that. Then you have to rotate. Then you do that. You do that. Then you do that. If that makes any sense. I'm all about layers and rolling. Well, where am I? Oh, there's a third layer. Oh. Or did I go too far? Did I go past what is allowed? Yeah, I did go. I went too far. What? Oh, did I get caught by the light? I see. But this is a game that just never came to fruition. This isn't like a prototype for a game that we have. It's a game that didn't ever come out. And the Sensational December Machine, which was a game that was released. I think I don't know if I ever actually sat down and played this. I think I had it downloaded and never checked it out. Which was a little free thing that they had released. Oh my god. Which maybe I'll wait for later in this month to go check out. It's only December 2nd after all. It feels a little too early. And I didn't finish any of these games, but in this session, but I've at least played all of them and give you an idea of what they're like. See, the real thing I'm wondering now is if there's any secrets. Because certainly it feels like there must be, right? As well as just playing some of the games. For all I know, you beat every game and another game unlocks. Now that'd be silly. And there's those statistics and everything. There are to-dos. So if you want achievements. But let's go back to the Sailor Stream. As this is the one we could probably, you know, just go through and read a little bit. And maybe I'll go back and do some more Beat Sneak. We're not getting another hour unless we go to the next hour, but it's lovely to have all of these accessible. Left or right? Let's go right. As I'm pretty sure it's the wrong way. I might be wrong, though. What does this do? How does that sound? Sounds like you got water in your ear. The lovely sound of water in your ear, everybody. Just ruin this beautiful piece of music. That's the point. The word cloying. The illusory ladder. Oh, back over here. Bone. It has bite marks from the teeth of a dog named Archibald. At least that's what the woman in the small house would call him. Now no one calls him anything, as he limps between the empty crates and barrels. Archibald likes the harbor. There are many smells here. Most of the humans won't let him near them, but those who do smell of wondrous treasure from lands far away, just like the man who used to visit the woman. Archibald sometimes goes to the cliff where the woman lived. The ground where the house once stood smells of fire and smoke, just like the girl who was sometimes there. We have a man, a woman, a little girl, and a dog. Or a woman, I guess. A girl grows up. And someone give this dog a home. Don't let it be a stray on the docks. I mean, any story involving a sailor is never going to be happy. That's just the life of a sailor. You can't help it, to be honest. They'll all be taken by the wind. Some of them will land on the sill of a half-open window. There is a guard standing by it. He has secretly brought a pencil and a piece of paper. He hands them to a little girl. Her eyes light up, and she immediately starts drawing a boat. I have a little rowboat just like that, the guard tells her. I've named it Lily Christine, after a song. I think you would like her, sailor, he tells the girl as he smiles towards her. Very small child in a very big room. Oh, that's the Doppler effect with the music there was very mood shifty. Sorry. They're just little musical toys. We're gonna set all these to sea. So I'm amusing myself. Wonderful. Huh, a lighthouse. Broken wall. Oh god. Light it! And shadows appear, forming the silhouette of a ship. In the ship sits an old one-armed man, tinkering with a radio. He looks at the clock on the wall as if waiting for something. Then, as the clock strikes the hour, the man begins speaking into his radio. He doesn't know if there's anyone listening or not. He doesn't mind. He likes his routine. It's like me on the stream. Next to the radio is a photograph of a girl and a woman sitting on a cliff. Every now and then he looks at the picture and smiles. And just then it seems like the girl and the woman are smiling back at him. God, it all seems just so miserably sad. Why has it got to be so sad? All of this. All these people had a moment of happiness, and it just seems that it's all gone. I know that's what happens. Things come and go. But deep within the faraway ruins is a memory sealed away. The memory paints an image of a wooden shed in a harbor consumed by flames in a cold night. As the memory is about to end, the focus of the image shifts. The dark blue ocean in the background becomes sharper, while the flames blur by and slowly starts fading. Everything has to end in fire. And for your efforts, you get a nice little star. Again, as you can see, there's not much gameplay in this one. True gameplay. There's reading and experiencing, but doing, there is not a lot. I mean, there's the doing of you have to actually make an effort to engage with it in the first place, and move around. Yeah, but the looping of just this I always felt this is something you could just leave on. You know what I mean? Just leave this on, the music and the waves playing in the background forever. Get a little window into a world that's not real. Or go to the sea. See, the Celestial Sanctuary, 7 Cottage. The 7 Sun Cottage, of course, is the cottage that holds all the songs we have acquired. I didn't actually go into it because I was rapid. They do oddly correspond to, like, signs, interestingly enough. And if you want to re-listen... Or not. I was waiting for them to arrive. Windswept ship. Again, it's very, very short. But it's stuck with me. So I don't really mind. That's the thing, isn't it? How, like, whether something impacts you. I mean, all these games impact me to a point that I was incredibly excited to play this. Does this look like a pair of lips to you? Like, imagine this is a nose. This is a pair of lips. There's like an eye here and like an eye here. So I've been using my goddamn Joy-Con as a mouse. I picked up my real mouse and I was like, oh my god, this doesn't feel right. Just like, sorry, just look at like this. If I just draw a little bit, it's like, oh, I'm drawing a box, that's why. I was waiting. So picture like a smile like that, right there. And like eye right there. And like an eye like right there. And a big nose. Alright, listen. Listen, immediately I clocked the face. I know all of these songs. This song has a melody from one of the vocal songs, doesn't it? I remember playing with this and trying to get all of the stars to align. As if I could. When the stars align. I don't know, Hercules gets his powers back? I don't know. Yeah, this song, this song is an instrumental of a vocal song. I don't think I ever occurred to me fully until just now somehow. Or multiple, maybe. Yeah, there's different songs in this one. I wanted to go along with the music. Stargaze, there's naval. A broken telescope, how sad. When looking through it, a few longshoremen who have taken shelter in the tavern can be seen. One of them is looking out the door, up to the cliff. "Close the door, it's the storm of the year," yells the tavern keeper. But what's she doing outside?" the longshoreman asks. "She's been doing that all week, tossing bottles into the ocean, one each day." "Who knows why?" the tavern keeper replies. "The storm could take her," the longshoreman says, with a desperate tone in his voice. He looks back at the tavern keeper. "Well, it seems important to her." "That's her 7th bottle," says the tavern keeper, and puts down the glass he's been polishing. "Now close the door." As the longshoreman turns his gaze back to the cliff, the woman is gone. Well, that's not good. I wonder what happened. Oh, this section. Yo, can we go? You fucking. This is one where you can actually fucking compose. The height of these things makes notes. So if you align them, they're chords. There was like a Super Nintendo unreleased game called Sound Fantasy that did this exact thing. which no one cares about, of course, because it's not. I can make Mario. Dun dun dun. What is the dun 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 dun? Dun 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 dun. Ah, fuck, I don't know. Don't ask me to make music. No. No. Ha! Dun. Nope. Beautiful. This is a Majora's Mask tune, by the way. Oh, goddammit. Sorry. Actually, I could make it go really quickly. Or backwards, but, you know, enjoy yourself. Twin Planet Vestry. Oh, that's this. You can hear someone singing in the background of this one. Again, the subtle changes in all of these areas that you can kind of hear if you're listening. Footsteps in this one. The constellations on the chart represent the spirit of animals whose bodies are swimming around in water-filled jars. A girl in a tidy office looks at them, and a doctor observes. He asks if she likes his peculiar jars. The girl shakes her head, and the doctor makes a note. He talks about something that happened years ago, but the words disappear and turn into distant mumbling. Let us talk about the places you see when you close your eyes. Tell me about the secret lighthouse, says the doctor. The girl knows where this is headed. In the end, they always want to talk about the flames. Maybe don't ask about him, and maybe she'll bring it up on her own. You know? If someone doesn't want to talk about something, the best thing to do is not poke them about it. Just let them come to it in their own time, I think. Forcing it's not going to make it happen. Oh, this is cool. Again, little music toys are so fun to me. It strums when a circle crosses a line. Oh, if I want things to go quicker or slower, I can make that happen. That's fun. Sorry, that's very fun. I love that. That's something that's just, again, little small... It's Vector Park, right? Which I don't think I've ever played anything by them before. I really ought to. Inside the celestial sanctuary, a memory resides. The memory tells of a boathouse and the outskirts of a seaside town. The sun is almost set, and the boathouse is merely a silhouette. But then flames light up the boathouse and its surroundings. There's a silhouette watching the boathouse burn. The scene is reflected on the water's surface. but the ocean's twin image appears serene without fire. Jeez, a bloody pyromaniac. An arsonist, even, might be the more technical term. I need a haircut. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Very experiential, this game. I can still call it a game. It still is a game. But there's always that question of what is a game versus a digital toy. This is another good song. I always wanted to see more, go to more islands, see more things. The world's limited, but that's fair. I think for now this will be the last one in this game, as the other ones take time to do. These places look so... like, I want to go here, man. I want to go to this location so badly. It evokes so much. My magical floating mouse. Pointer controls works, despite what you may think. The weather deck. Driftwood. It was once a part of a wooden table standing on a house on a cliff. And there was a man, a woman, a girl, and a man sitting by it. The girl looks at the man with big eyes. He drinks deeply from the bottle and then winks at the girl. His arms are big and strong and filled with strange pictures. The man tells a story about each one of them. The little girl has heard it all before, but she doesn't mind. She likes the ship the best. The man prefers the portrait on his right arm. It looks just like the woman across the table. It's there to keep him company when he feels alone at sea, he explains with a smile. Well, that's very sweet. They must have been so happy.
I wish I could fall asleep as easily as you do, mate.
A long for a woman's touch. Oh. Someone who loves you. It's just a shame. You can be filled with such happiness and know it hurts worse seeing people happy when you know that they're going to be sad afterwards. Seeing a moment in time knowing that it doesn't work out. Although the pipe is not stuffed with any tobacco, it still blows smoke. The smoke forms a cloud resembling furious ocean waves tossing a ship back and forth. A man in the ship's cargo hold is clinging tightly to a rope, but he loses his grip and is thrown against the wall. The cargo crashes around him as the ship rocks. One crate sets its sights on the man and hurls itself towards him. Everything goes black. The man wakes up in his hammock. Half awake, he looks at his bandaged elbow, where his right arm now ends. The tattoo of her is gone. He knows now that the house on the cliff is empty. It's dangerous working on a ship. You know? It's very dangerous. Yeah, bat away those fireflies. Oh, we're already at the end of this one. No, sorry, I skipped a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, it's the melody. It's the melody of a sailor's dream. Dun. Here, I always, for this game in particular, but a lot of these, I always feel like I want to see these things in real life. Imagine a real exhibit. You could walk around and touch and feel and move these things. I just think it's so neat. I mean, I would love a chance to walk through. Even if it was like a permanent exhibit, the kind of fun. Oh, I guess it's fun. I mean, of course it's fun. It's not fun, but I would find it fun. All these little interactions must have been... Some of these must have been a finicky, fiddly thing to program. Be like, let's make little dots that bounce around when you click on them. Or a tap, rather. Inside, it is a tiny diorama of a house on a cliff under a starry sky. In the house, a girl lies in bed. A scruffy dog has fallen asleep at her feet. By her side sits a woman telling her good-night stories about strange places across the sea. The girl fills out the stories, dreaming up curious ruins, ships to lighthouses, each a home to a mysterious and exciting treasures. They laugh together, and the man in the kitchen smiles, even though he knows it's the last time he'll hear their laughter. In the morning, he'll be at sea. I guess I was a kid when I played these games, thinking about it. I've always said it before, I never really felt like I was... when I think of a kid, I think of like, you're young. You're like under 10. I was like, if you're 10 or if you're a teenager, you're still a child. But I don't see myself for some reason. It's like, oh, I was already like the same I am now. And I'm not that different, to be honest. Some things change, but some things stay the same, I think. Somewhere in the windswept ship, a memory has taken shelter. The memory is newly born, and whispers of a house on a cliff that is now just ashes. There's still smoke from the fire, as fresh as the memory itself. There's a small hesitation, and it's not clear whether the story the memory tells is about to start or end. But beyond the dream, an ocean wind sweeps the smoke away. I've always done these in order. I always wonder if there's something else that might happen if you do them in a different one. But if this did this come out in 2013? I would have been 13 exactly if this came out at that time. If that's a correct date, I think it is. Again, at that time, I probably didn't even have a credit card to buy this game. I had to use like a Visa gift card or an iTunes gift card to purchase this. As all the burning memories are uncovered from their island hidings, somewhere on the Sea of Dreams, a memory of freedom is born. Another good piece. A memory of freedom, huh? I mean, aside from all of these, and then all of the daily songs, needing to spend time in this game every hour of the day, and also every day of the week, but as those are different. This is, you know, the normal way of going. Lily Christine. She opens her eyes. The girl knows the guard has left the door unlocked. The guard hasn't told her, but the girl knows. Half asleep, she walks barefoot out into the hallway, down the stairs, opens a window, and climbs out. There's not a cloud in the sky. Stars reflect on the water down by the bay, and the girl makes her way towards them. Lily Christine. It's painted with swirly letters on the side of an old rowboat. The girl climbs in, grabs the oars, and starts to row. She closes her eyes and inhales the ocean air. The fire is gone. But the sailor still sleeps, and her ocean holds many secrets still. The ebb and flow of time reveals memories untold on her sea of dreams. Dreaming and oceans always have a link for some reason. The sea, as a week passes and the hours of the day fade, the stories from the ghosts of her past unfold. Only then can she truly wake from her slumber. So yeah, no true ending yet. And quite literally nothing to do about it. Unless I play this every day for a week. But I do adore this game. It's something very simple, very short, very lovely. It's a lovely experience. And it has a lot of things. It has great music, it has great visuals, it has a story that's nice. And it's about the sea. I don't like going to the beach. I like going to see the sea. I think there's a difference. I don't want to go relax on a you know, a windswept sandy beach necessarily, but being out in the ocean is nice. Man, it's so funny seeing that, and you see how different some of the other games like Beat Sneak Bandit are. Very different. I'll probably end up playing through Device 6 on stream. Properly, and maybe I'll just restart that one then. And maybe Year Walk 2 if I feel so inclined. Let's play some Beat Sneak Bandit. Hello. Welcome to what is probably the end of a game. We just got through some very... It's a collection of games. So I need to explain this very cool collection of games. A series of games that mean a lot to me. Again. What if I just showcase the most visually not the most visually uninteresting looking game, but the one that looks the least, the most boring game. It's not the most boring game. It's actually quite good, but visually speaking, it's like the... come on. Ah, fuck it. Blue's fine. It's a collection of games from a developer that I've been a big fan of for a long time. How quickly can I lose this game? Oh, you're gonna explain the gameplay. Simogo is a Swedish indie game company that I adore. They started out as a mobile developer, making what I think are genuinely excellent, amazing games. I'm not gonna go over them again because that was the point of the stream. You know, actually, we're about to hit the hour mark. I actually probably should go back into Sailor's stream quickly and get another audio log. But they mean a lot to me. Some of them are incredibly beautiful. Stylistically, musically, and story-wise. They tell some amazing, very interesting stories. And they wanted the company, and obviously they've made console games, other games, they wanted a chance to capture all of their old mobile games in a way that can be played on any console. And obviously with the Switch, they have mouse controls, and they were happy that a console had that availability and ease of use, so you can use both. Because obviously multi-touch and the like. So they felt like, okay, it's on Steam, we can put it on Switch as well. Obviously this is mimicking what originally would be a device of some kind, a mobile device. I realize now I have to wait 4 minutes. This particular game, quote unquote. There's a lot of extra features and extra music and extra little fun little stuff. Things that I would care about. Maybe not everyone else will. For something incredibly niche. You have to play this game at least every hour of the day at some point to unlock all of these, along with every day of the week. Which reminds me, let me use the restroom. Everyone just stare at this clock and listen to the Foley. I think this game is only like $15, or maybe like it's 12 right now because it's on sale because it just came out. It's not a lot. It's very much worth it though. And the presentation is specifically very cool. They're not just mere ports, but it's comprised in a collection, custom new music, all sorts of wonderfully cool features to allow for this to exist in the best way possible. They didn't want to compromise on what the experience was like when you had these originally, which I think is really neat. Clearly a lot of work went into the presentation to make sure that it could be as good as it could be. And yes, the rotating of the device is possible because some games utilize rotation. Some games utilize motion. Some games utilize touch. They needed to make sure everything worked in a way that was possible to play, even without a device in your hand. Now again, if you have the Switch, you can just pick up your device and use your fingers, and it works exactly the same as the original release. But if you don't have that, or even if you do want to play it docked, again, I'm just so excited that I get to stream these games and show them to people. Because some of these games really, really do mean a lot to me. And having the capacity of showing them off is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And just not being able to stream from my phone and connecting it in. I know there's ways of doing that, but I never got the stuff I needed for it. This is finally the chance to allow for that. And that's the most exciting part for me. I just want more people to check out some of these games. I really do. I just think they're wonderful. And they're not pretentious. See, now I'm loading people's minds with that thought that, oh, these are highfalutin. They're not highfalutin. They're just cool. And sweet and nice and good stories. 5, 4, 3... 1. Actually, I counted wrong.
I played a few hands with the boys earlier, but my heart wasn't in it. Wanted to get back to the radio. I rarely stay too long on any one frequency. I turn the dial, listen to radio crackle, hoping that I'll pick up a signal. A signal from far away. Something that'll matter to me. Not sure what I'm looking for.
I'll say it again. The game pieces together bits and pieces of a story, or rather, you will. A presentation of different characters, but they're not happy characters. I really could just leave this on and just let the music play and keep the waves moving in the background. On an actual phone, it does just feel like you're looking into a portal. Into a window into another place. I always say it, but these games are the games that really made use of the technology that was allowed. Out of any games that were on a mobile console, these are the ones that really tried things, and that's why I liked them so much. One of the reasons. I mean, they were good in their own rights. But they made use of what they had. God, I really want to play Device 6. Again, I'll stream this one in full. Next time I play this game, I will start Device 6 properly. And I'll just go through it. Stream by stream. And I can talk about my time in Europe and when I played this game. I had a crush on a girl from that trip. And I might have been too foolish to let anything happen. It's my own fault. I mean, we're at the 2-hour mark. I kind of want to keep playing, but... Let's do one more of Beat Sneak. This is just a fun gameplay game. Again, the first 3 games were just fun gameplay games. Nothing too serious, but this one is very fun. So, I don't mind. And very tonally different. Although still visually very cool looking. I like this guy. Dadgummit, seems I lost connection there for a while. Oh, check it out, the Duke's got security guards. Gonna turn? Yep, there he goes. Bum, bum, ba, da, da. God, this is stressful. Why would I do that? Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. Damn it, I fucked up because I didn't get that one. I don't know if I like this. There's a chance I might like this more than, I don't know. They're very different. One's a roguelike and one is this, when it comes to rhythm games. I didn't even do level 1 perfectly. Let me just go through level 1. One, two, three, 4. Fuck the call. Ah! Damn it. Restart. I have good tempo. It's not like I don't. Ah! I have a good sense of rhythm. What are you doing, man? I promise you I do. I'm a musician and all that. Ah! I knew that I did that one wrong, and I still did it. My fingers slowed. Tap, 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 tap. Won't you do it for me? Tap, 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 tap. See? Look at this. I am a gamer. Wait. Fuck you. No. Tap, 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 tap. Flawless. That was level 1, man. You still gotta put effort. Groove on. It is so funny, the tonal dissonance from this game, in particular, to the very next game that they made. Stunning tonal dissonance. Amazingly tonal. Tonally off. Bum, bum, bum. It's not a bad thing. But it is... Ah! I think it's notable. Oh, there's a clock over there. That's what was over there. There we go. Look at that. Aren't I cool? I'm so proud of myself. Ooh! Oh, there's bonus stages. I get it. They evoke in my mind... There's reminiscences of different games in these early ones. Come on, wait a minute. I am a true gamer. I get it. Yep. Ah! What am I doing? Shit! I figured out what to do! Part of it is just like... puzzle. A little bit of a puzzle. Because you have to figure out what you're doing and win. Come on. I shouldn't moan. Come on. There we go. Bum ba-dum bum. Beautiful. It's intense, man. You have to be careful. Groove on, baby. I'm curious what they're gonna do next, to be honest. They've been on such a kick of very specific styles of games that I don't know what they're going to go to next. What is that? Oh, these cutscenes. Yeah, that's what I figured. Again, because these first three are so gameplay oriented. Then you have Your Walk, which is incredibly story-based, incredibly cinematic, and puzzly. Same thing with Device 6. Then Sailor's Dream is even more story-based, and less puzzly, just more atmospheric. Then we had, Sayonara Wild Hearts, you have Lorelei and Laser Eye. What's next? Ooh. Oh, you know what? That actually might be nice to have it a little bit more opacity. Maybe in the middle. In the middle. Smiley. And all these little UI touches are so nice. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. This is something I would have wanted physically if I could, if it was possible, but sorry, no, I'm just messing around with it. I mean, that's probably it for now. I'll be back so that I can continue this, which is incredibly exciting. I'm so excited I get to play this. But I wanted to check it out, the entire thing first, before I start digging into specific games, and I figured this would have been extremely good. Yes, you're late. I'm about to end the stream. It is like 10 p.m. I mean, I will say, I stream fairly consistently. I do stream almost the same time every day. Ooh. Like, without fail, most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. But don't worry, you're allowed to be late. You don't have to be here. You don't even have to watch. Hell, you got shit to do? Don't watch me. Go do the shit. It's completely reasonable. But that was it. That was Simogo Legacy Collection. Switch 2 edition, of course. I will be playing that again at some point. Thanks for watching. Chilling my hot tub, not very important. Fair enough. That's pretty fun. That's pretty worth it. More than watching some schmo stream, unless you want to watch me in the hot tub. That's a little weird, but yeah, this is wonderful. This is great. I cannot suggest this collection enough, and I can't wait to play more of it and show people more of why I love these games as much as I do, and why they mean a lot. It was fun. Because if it's not fun, why bother? Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.